It's time for another story with Black Men Read, where we uplift black men, all children, and all communities through the power of stories from the African diaspora. Here we go. I'm a seed for growing. Why do we read? Read is for knowing. Who are we? We are stars. See us near, see us far. BMR, Black Men Read. Join our tribe and watch us lead. I'm a reader. I'm a leader. I'm a reader. I'm a leader.
Hi, I'm Runako, and welcome to another edition of Black Men Read. Today, we'll read our story, we'll do our brain boost, and we'll play Meet the Reader, where I will tell you about my life as an actor, a graphic designer, and a dad. Today's story is I Am Every Good Thing, written by Derrick Barnes and illustrated by Gordon C. James. I Am Every Good Thing by Derrick Barnes and Gordon C. James, creators of Crown and Ode to the Fresh Cut. To Tamir Rice, Trayvon Martin, E.J. Bradford, Jordan Edwards, Michael Brown, Jordan Davis, and Julian Mallory, DB. And to my son Gabriel and all little brothers like him, GCJ. I am a non-stop ball of energy, powerful and full of light. I am a go-getter, a difference maker, a leader. And that's true. To be born, you had to be a leader at something or at some point. You had to be tough and you had to be a conqueror to make it out of the womb. So you are a go-getter and a leader. I am every good thing that makes the world go round. You know, like gravity or the glow of moonbeams over a field of brand new snow. I am good to the core, like the center of a cinnamon roll. Yeah, that good. Cinnamon rolls are good. I am skateboard tricks, scrape knees and elbows, but you know what? I am right back on my feet again. And sometimes we fall down, but that's part of life, and that's part of knowing what we're made of. That's part of knowing how tough we are, and that we are all overcomers. Get right back up on your feet. I am one eye open, one eye closed, peeking through a microscope. Gazing through the telescope, checking out the space around me, and plotting out those far-off places I have yet to go, but will. You're gonna go far. We are gonna go far, and we don't know how far we are going to go starting out. But if you keep your eye looking out to the distance, you keep at it, you'll get places you've never seen before and never expected. I am a gentleman and a scholar. I am kind and polite like, yes ma'am, yes sir. Helping my grandmother across the street and saying, bless you, when a stranger has to sneeze. I am a cool breeze, a perfect paper airplane that glides for blocks, for miles, forever. I love this picture here. I am a roaring flame of creativity. I am a lightning round of questions, a star-filled sky of solutions. I am an explorer, planting my flag on every square foot of this planet where I belong. And yes, you belong here. I am a sponge soaking up information, knowledge, and wisdom. I want it all, and I am all ears. You can know more, as the song says, in a beautiful world. The children will know more than I ever know. They'll learn more than I ever know. And yeah, you can learn more than what any of us have learned so far. You can find out more. I am Saturday mornings in the summertime. And that's a good thing, isn't it? We're hearing about a lot of good things, a lot of favorite things. And in you and about you are all those good things. I am 2 bounces and a front flip off the diving board. I am hilarious. I am the life of the party. I am that smile forming on your face right now. Mm-hmm. Look at this guy. That's the smile. These pictures are wonderful. They're so true to life. I look at these faces, and they're very different faces, and they look like people I've seen in my life. I'm that boom, bap, boom, boom, bap. When the bass line thumps and the kick drum jumps, I'm that perfect beat, the perfect rhyme, keeping everything on point, always on time. But you already knew that. But if you don't know, you know the rest. I am a grand slam bassist, fully loaded. I'm a nasty 2-handed dunk holding on to the rim just to remind you that I'm still the man. Believe that. I am the undisputed champion. I am a highlight reel of magnificence. I am the celebration, the applause, and the standing ovation. I am victory. You are victory. I am a brother, a son, a nephew, a favorite cousin, a grandson. I am a friend. I am real. I am tight hugs, a hand to hold, a shoulder to cry on. If you have to. I hope you never have to. I am here. I am tight hugs, a hand to hold, a shoulder to cry on. Although I am something like a superhero, you have to. Every now and then, I hope you never have to. I am afraid. I am here. I am not what they might call me. I will not answer to any name that is not my own. I am what I say I am. I am that sound in the forest when the mighty tree falls. I am waves crashing gently on the shore. I am a force of nature, a miracle, a blessing. I'm going to add something there. I am formidable. That's a unique word, which means you are capable, you are tough, you are excellent. I am brave. I am hope. I am my ancestors' wildest dreams. I am worthy of success, of respect, of kindness, of happiness. And without a shadow of a doubt, I am worthy to be loved. I am worthy to be loved. Instead of a main character, this story has a narrator.
A narrator is a person who is telling a story. Can you describe the feelings of the narrator throughout this story? Why do you think the author wrote this story? What is their main message to the audience? Can you give an example of someone that you know who fits any of the descriptions that the narrator uses in this book? There were some exciting words that we read in our story, like microscope, information, knowledge, and undisputed. Do you know what these words mean? Can you use them in a sentence? Take microscope. Microscope means an instrument used to look at something very small, such as mineral samples, plant or animal cells, or even smaller, like an atom. And the word microscope tells us what it means. Micro means small, and scope means to look at. So a microscope is something that we use to look at things that are very small. Another word was information. Information is just details, facts, directions, or instructions that's told to someone. Undisputed. Now this word is a little tricky. It means to not debate, disagree, or argue about something. So the word has three parts: un, dis, and pute. Dispute means to have a disagreement about, and un means not. So not have a disagreement is undisputed. So for instance, if someone said, pizza is the best food ever, and no one disagreed, then that means pizza is undisputed as being the best food. The next one is knowledge. Knowledge is kind of like information, but it's details, facts, instructions, and directions that you already are aware of. There were lots of adjectives, big, important, expressive words that the narrator used to describe himself in the story. Are there any adjective words that you like to use to describe yourself? Take a piece of paper and write out positive words that you would use to describe yourself. You can write the words in a list or make a graffiti wall. Do whatever fits your personality style. You can add color, symbols, or pictures of things that you would like to have on the paper too. Hang this picture on the wall in your bathroom, or tape it to the mirror in your room so you can remember how great you are every time you see it. Can you think of some words that you would use to describe a person in your family or your community? You could make a special picture for them, using the words to describe the good things about them. Don't forget to add colors, symbols, and pictures too. Then share your picture with them. I'm sure it'll put a big smile on their face. My name is Runako Chioke Marshall, and people call me Nako or Runako. I am an actor and a graphic designer, and I am a father who homeschools. So a typical day for me when I'm acting, being on set, it's a lot of waiting around. That's true. But you're rehearsing your lines, you're preparing, you're watching, seeing what's going on set. If you're on standby, And you may be learning if you're really interested in learning more about the industry. You'll be asking people or talking to people and really just, creating community. As a graphic designer, you're sitting down drawing a lot. And if you don't know what a graphic designer is a person who designs everything you see on screen, whether it's words, pictures, animations, photos. They organize all those things together to communicate a message. So you see it in pictures, you see it in posters, you see it in books, you see it on music covers, you see it logos. Well, I always knew I wanted to do some type of performing. Starting out, I sang at school, I sang in church, but I also wanted to do comedy. And I can remember growing up watching a television show, and when a person said a line that I didn't think was as believable as it should have been, I would practice it in the mirror and see if I could do it better. So I always knew I wanted to be some type of performer since I was little. The advice I would give to myself is just go for it. Don't wait. Don't make excuses. Don't wait till things have to be perfect. Just learn as you go and do it. My favorite book as a kid, it will probably be Pinocchio. We used to get the little books. I think they were like the Gold Seal books that all the Disney and some of the cartoon characters, they would feature those in books and tell their stories. And I remember reading Pinocchio a lot. I really like reading because it brings you to stories that you may not ever get to see. Not everything is going to be a movie. Not everything is going to be on a television show. But the other thing about reading and not just learning new stories is that you can experience someone's life, someone's challenges, someone's triumphs in a short period of time and gain the wisdom that we learn from their experience without having to go through it ourselves. So one of the challenges that we face as actors, or that I had to face, was dealing with rejection, dealing with not getting the roles that you want. And you go through that a lot. Almost every time you audition, there is a chance that you won't get it. There's actually probably a bigger chance that you won't get it. So you have to be able to overcome people saying no to you or you being rejected, even though you work really hard and you think you deserve it. So what I would do is I would just make sure that every time I go into the audition room, I pretended that that was my chance to act. And if I never got a call back, then okay, I did my role in the audition room. And another thing I would do is I would create an audition room at home so that I was so comfortable in the audition room at home that when I went to the real audition room, I didn't get nervous. And it was just like being in my own home, practicing for the real audition. Well, one of the most influential people in my life was my grandmother. I grew up spending a lot of time with my grandmother, and she would always teach me and tell me the right things to do. And I can remember today quoting her many times, just going throughout my life, because the voice that you hear in your head is oftentimes the voice of your teachers or your parents. So one of the most influential people in my life was definitely my grandmother. And another one was a teacher I had in high school. She was my choir teacher, and she was a very no-nonsense type of individual, but she was very kind and loving and compassionate, and she made sure she knew everything about everyone in her choir. And she really developed a sense of a can-do and overcoming type of experience for us. And we traveled all over the country singing with her. We learned different languages, songs in different languages, and things that you would never think that you would do or you could accomplish. She helped us learn how to do those things and do them really well. Motivation for me comes from seeing what's in my head come to life, seeing my ideas become real. So when I have an idea, I just work at it and try to get it into reality. I'm pretty sure I wanted to be a fireman, just like most boys, a fireman or a police officer. And although I think those are great professions and will probably be a very fulfilling, rewarding job, I think I would rather stick with what I'm doing. On both sides. I like acting, but I am a photographer at heart. I love taking pictures. I love doing videos and framing environments and creating stories with images. So I don't know if I can choose between the one or the other. I would like to say the hardest working person in the world, because a lot of times you don't have to know everything. You just need to know one thing and do it really, really, really well to be successful or happy or impactful. I think I would rather be able to see the future. Yeah. I'd rather be able to see the future and make my present a present that I won't have to want to change the past for. I think I would rather work for myself doing something incredibly hard. Yeah. I think no matter how easy a job can be, if there's something that's in your heart that you want to do, it will always be there, urging you to get it done. And you'll have to end up working for yourself anyway. Well, I had a great time reading with you and speaking with you about my life as an actor and as a graphic designer. So until next time, keep reading and keep leading.